Hello and welcome back everyone to this week's Hero Spotlight. This week's new hero joining us in the Land of Dawn is the tribal warrior Badang. Badang achieves blessings from the River Elf, who is impressed by his strength and bravery. Each strike of Badang carries a strong fist wind that can puncture even the walls. An enemy who dares to hamper him will get struck by Badang's obstacles and be submerged by his fist wind. His first skill, Qigong Fist. Badang coheres all his strength to his fists and performs an overwhelming fist wind, dealing physical damage to the enemies in the path and slowing them down. The damage of Qigong Fist will trigger a basic attack effect, stacked one time for the Chivalry's Fist. All fist winds of Badang explode when hitting obstacles left by him, dealing extra physical damage, so keep that in mind. Try to use Qigong Fist and trigger a passive and control enemies at the most crucial fights in the game. His second skill, Fist Break. Badang charges his fist and dashes towards a designated direction, dealing physical damage to the enemies along the path. After the dash, Badang separates the enemies on the path and leaves an obstacle. This skill can be stacked, so make sure to do that. Try to use a combination of Qigong Fist to slow down your enemies to increase the hit rate of Fist Break. With the help of these obstacles and his passive can deal more damage and super crowd control the enemy team. Which brings us to his ultimate, Fist Crack. Badang quickly throws his fists in the designated direction, dealing physical damage to the enemies several times. The damage enjoys basic attack stack effects. In the skill duration, Badang obtains a shield, which ensures Badang to ignore normal crowd control effects. Fist Crack's Fist Wind can trigger the explosion of his passive, so make sure to keep that in mind when using it. Which brings us to his passive, Chivalry's Fist. Badang selflessly helps others by his overwhelming strength. The basic attack, after every 4 hits, knocks enemies back and deals physical damage to them. Enemies that are knocked back to the obstacles will be stunned, and the minions and creeps will be stunned immediately. All fist winds of Badang explode when hitting the obstacles left by him, dealing extra physical damage. Better use the crowd control effect with Fist Break and slay enemies with ease. The first equipment set is highly recommended. Ha's Claws provide HP regen, and the passive effect of Endless Battle suits Badang Qigong Fist extremely well. Wings of the Apocalypse Queen and Immortality ensures Badang's survivability in team fights, and Blade of Despair greatly enhances Badang's attack in late game. We recommend using the Fighter Emblem set. Bravery, Invasion, and Disabling Strike. This set lays more emphasis on performing attacks and ensures damage dealt in team fights. It also suits Qigong's Fist extremely well, making it easy to build an advantage in early game. As for battle spells, Flicker is the prime choice, using Fist Break to take part of team fights. Flicker can help use Badang chase or escape. Also, use Flicker in the duration of Fist Crack to adjust the skill's position. As you can see, the enemies are in our allied jungle, trying to launch an attack, and our teammates are not in a healthy state. Badang enters the team fight from the side, using Qigong's Fist to slow down the backline enemy heroes and knock them into obstacles. He then uses Chivalry's Fist to knock Layla into his obstacles and gets her stunned. Immediately followed, he uses Fist Crack to slay the backline heroes. Enemy Fanny tries to escape, but his obstacles block her path. Badang leads his team to turn the disadvantage into an advantage. And that's it for our brand new hero, Badang. Pick him up for 599 diamonds or 32,000 battle points with a whopping 30% discount in his launch pool. So seriously guys, don't miss out on that 30% discount. This was me, Freddy, here with MLBB, and until the next time, I'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Hi everyone! Welcome back to another episode of Hero Spotlight. This week, a new hero will join us in the Land of Dawn. The Wind Talker, Vale. Born in the Valley of the Winds, Vale is good at wind magic. He can craft his wind magic to defeat different enemies, and there are altogether 6 skills to build. He is a wonderful mage with stable crowd control and high damage. Hurry up and have a try. Find your own ways of building skills. Passive, Wind Talk. When Vale reaches level 4, 6, and 8, he can enhance one of his skills, and each skill can be enhanced once only. Vale gains a stack of Wind Talk each time he achieves a kill or assist. Each stack provides a speed bonus. First skill, Wind Blade. Vale unleashes 2 wind blades in a designated area, which splits in towards the left and right of the area, and deals magic damage to enemies. When upgrading his ultimate, Vale can choose to increase the damage area or increase this skill's damage. Windblade is Vale's main damage dealing skill, and it takes time to deal the high burst damage. You want to ensure the hit rate of Windblade by trying to predict enemy movements, or simply activating this skill when the enemies are being controlled. If your team provides enough crowd control, then it would be better to choose to increase damage. Otherwise, it would be better to choose to increase area so that the skill's hit rate is higher. When choosing to enhance skills for the first time, if for higher damage, choose to enhance first skill first. Second skill, Wind Blow. Vale sends a whirlwind forward, deals magic damage and slows enemies down when the whirlwind hits an enemy unit. When upgrading his ultimate, Vale can choose to add a stop upon hit effect or a knock up effect to this skill. The slow effect of this skill can increase the hit rate of Vale's first skill. However, normally, it would be better to choose knock up effect. But if your team provides enough crowd control, then better choose stop on hit effect. If you don't choose to increase the damage of Vale's first skill, then you should choose the knock-up effect of this skill, as it provides stable crowd control for the team. Normally, this skill will enhance when it's the 3rd time to enhance skills. Third skill, Ultimate, Windstorm. Vale summons a windstorm in a designated area. After 2 seconds, the windstorm will explode, dealing magic damage to enemies in the area. When upgrading his ultimate, Vale can choose to increase damage or to add a control effect to this skill. Choosing to increase damage is always a good choice, but only if you choose the knock-up effect when enhancing Vale's second skill. Otherwise, it may be difficult for Vale's ultimate to hit enemies. When choosing control effects, make sure to enhance the damage of first skill. As a general rule, we recommend choosing to enhance Vale's ultimate on his second chance to enhance a skill. We recommend 3 equipment sets as below. Vale is a mage with high burst damage, so the 40% magic attack bonus of Holy Crystal would be a great choice. The passive of the Fleeting Time is a perfect match for the passive of Vale, which makes it a necessary item for him. As for emblems, the Mage Emblem set is highly recommended. As for talents, we recommend Flow, Catastrophe, and Mystery Shop. Purchasing items at lower prices will make it easier for Vale to get the equipment items he needs to deal unbearable damage. Sprint is recommended because more movement speed will be granted with more passive stats.
Legendary!
Carrie is being pursued and Ruby is protecting her as they retreat. Enemy Odette and Irithel are partaking in the team fight. Carrie and Ruby are now in great danger. Vale uses his ultimate together with Flicker and traps his enemies. Vale's 3 combos and Gadokach's ultimate have saved their teammates, but it lacks some damage to kill all the enemies. Ruby uses her ultimate and controls all the enemies, and Vale seizes the chance by using his first skill. Vale triple kills. What a perfect team fight. And that's our new hero Vale. Pick him up for 599 diamonds or 32,000 battle points with a 30% diamond discount in his launch week. Be sure not to miss out on 30% launch week discount. Until next time, we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Hero Spotlight. This week, a new hero will meet us on the Land of Dawn, Miss Violet Guinevere. As the proud princess of the Baroque family, Guinevere can combine mental perception with super energy. Also, She invents multiple magic effects. Magic superpower relying on her own sensitive spiritual perception and anti-gravity magic, with her own interpretation. It helps Guinevere become the unique killer in battlefields. First skill, Energy Wave. Guinevere sends an energy wave to the designated direction, dealing magic damage to the enemies and slowing them down. Meanwhile, the CD of her skills are reduced. It's the main damage skill of Guinevere. The strong slowing effects can increase the hit rate of other skills. Meanwhile, this skill provides CD reduction to other skills. Second skill, Magic Thump. Guinevere performs a thump to the designated place. If she hits enemies, she will knock them up by her super magic, dealing magic damage to them. Shortly after she uses this skill, she obtains the new skill, Spatial Migration. As the core skill of Guinevere, how many enemies are knocked into the air determines the success or failure of the team fights. Spatial Migration. Guinevere blinks in the designated direction, leaving a magical image and disappearing briefly. When the image takes damage, it will deal magic damage to the attackers and restore the super magic of Guinevere herself. The conceal state for a short time, and the image will help Guinevere avoid a lot of damage. Ultimate, Violet Requiem. Guinevere completely releases her super magic, dealing magic damage to nearby enemies. If the enemies are knocked up, they will have an additional knock-up effect. The same enemy will be knocked up at most 6 times. Other than the knock-up effect of Magic Thump, you could also use the skill to cooperate with teammates' knock-up skills. Passive, Super Magic. Damage dealt to enemies accumulates super magic, and the next basic attack will be enhanced when the magic is full. She performs a chase on the enemy, dealing magic damage and recovering part of her lost HP. When Guinevere hits an enemy that is knocked up, the damage will be increased. Try to deal to enemies while they're knocked up. We recommend the first set of the equipment items. Calamity Reaper can better improve Guinevere's enhanced basic attack. Feather of Heaven helps Guinevere accumulate super magic in easier ways. Blood Wings ensure her survivability after entering the team fights. Mage Emblem is the best choice. Talent, Agility, Observation, Mystery Shop. The flexibility and burst damage it provides will help Guinevere build advantages, and the Mystery Shop will turn the advantages into the final victory. As for battle spells, Retribution is highly recommended. Guinevere is weak at laning, so to farm in the jungle is a better choice. Flicker is also a good alternation, since you can adjust your place in the team fights after using Violet Requiem. Guinevere uses Energy Wave and hits the enemy marksman. Other enemies are gathering to protect the marksman, but they get all knocked up by her Magic Thump. Then she uses Violet Requiem, continuously knocking up enemies, and slays them all. Enemy Saber comes over, trying to kill Guinevere, but she uses Spatial Migration and avoids the damage, which is actually dealt to her image. Enemies are wiped out. And that's our new hero, Guinevere. Pick her up for 599 diamonds or 32,000 battle points, with a 30% diamond discount in her launch week. Be sure not to miss out on 30% launch week discount. Until next time, we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Hero Spotlight. This time, let's meet Desert Tyrant Khufra. Khufra is a tank with strong CC, who can dash towards enemies and stop enemies from using Blink skills.
All shall succumb to my power.
He used to be the ruthless tyrant in the Western Desert. Enhancing himself by Spell Curse, he then gained mighty power. Skill 1, Tyrant's Revenge. Khufra pulls the bandage on his arm to launch himself in the specified direction. dealing physical damage to all enemy units along the path. When blinking to the furthest distance or encountering a first enemy hero, Khufra will immediately stop, dealing physical damage to enemies nearby and then knocking them up. It's the main skill for Khufra to join the battle. The longer he charges, the longer the knock-up effect will be. Try to better use it with Ultimate Tyrant's Rage and control enemy heroes much longer. Skill 2, Bouncing Ball. Khufra uses Bandage to wrap himself into a magical bouncing ball, increasing his own physical and magical defense. Enemies trying to use blink skills to move across Khufra will be knocked up. Each time the magical bouncing ball hits the ground, it will deal magic damage to enemies nearby and reduce their movement speed. This skill counters the heroes that are good at blink skills. They cannot move across the bouncing ball. Ultimate Tyrant's Rage. Khufra pulls back all enemy targets around him toward the front, dealing physical damage and slowing them down for several seconds. If the enemies are knocked against obstacles, extra physical damage will be inflicted upon them, and they will be stunned instead of slowed. Better use it with first skill, and it would be easier for Khufra to deal huge damage and control enemies for a long time. Passive, Spell Curse. Khufra activates the spell Curse left by Esmeralda every several seconds to increase the range of the next basic attack, dealing magic damage and slowing them down. Meanwhile, Khufra restores his HP. Each time Khufra uses his skill to control enemy heroes, Spell Curse's CD is reduced. It's smart strategy to use it and trigger passive twice in a short time and restore much HP. Team fight rages on. Enemy Fanny is still on her way. Regardless, allies outnumber the enemies. Bad farming makes it still hard to win the team fight. Khufra uses his skill combo and controls all the enemies. Danger! Here comes Fanny. Narrow landscape like this is the best for Fanny. But what? Her blink is interrupted? Again? Interrupted? Oh, it's Khufra's second skill. It counters Fanny so well. Let's march towards the enemy base and win the match. And that's our new hero, Khufra. Pick him up for 599 diamonds or 32,000 battle points. Be sure not to miss out on the 30% launch week discount. Want to know more about the strategies of Khufra? Stay tuned to the hero guide when he is online. Until next time, we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Hero Spotlight. This week, a new hero will join us in the Land of Dawn, the astrologer Esmeralda. Esmeralda inherits Star Moon power, one of the most mysterious strengths in the Land of Dawn. Regardless of how strong enemy shields are, she can easily ignore them and deal damage to her opponents. Also, she can transform the shield of enemies and make it into her own. First skill, Frost Moon Shield. Esmeralda generates a shield around herself and increases her movement speed. Meanwhile, she gradually transforms the shield of her nearby enemies into her own shield. This skill will last for a while. Since Frost Moon causes damage and also provides shields for enemies, it will deal damage to the enemies continuously. Esmeralda transforms shields from enemies to help herself survive. This skill is the key for Esmeralda to take huge amounts of damage. Second skill, Stardust Dance. Esmeralda swings her two weapons to deal 2 hits of damage against nearby enemies. Dealing damage to enemies reduces the cooldown of the Frost Moon shield. This is her main damage-dealing skill that causes a lot of damage while also reducing the cooldown of Frost Moon Shield. Cast Stardust Dance after Frost Moon Shield and it would be easier to survive. Ultimate Falling Star Moon. Esmeralda coheres the power of the skies into her Frost Moon and Stardust. The longer the duration is, the greater the power will be. Activate this skill to cast the Stardust to the designated location, dealing physical damage, and then Esmeralda sends herself to the designated location to cast Frost Moon, dealing magical damage. This is the most important ability to get enrolled into battles, where it will also cause a temporary effect of control on enemies. Choosing a right time to activate this skill can dramatically change the outcome of a team fight. Passive, Star Moon Casket. Relying on the energy of Star Moon Casket, Esmeralda manipulates the Stardust and the Frost Moon. Each of her basic attacks and skills deals damage twice. Stardust deals physical damage, and Frost Moon deals magical damage, and gives the enemy target a shield. The damage dealt by Esmeralda ignores all shield effects and transforms her shield into HP. With this passive, Esmeralda can potentially deal more damage than any other hero. However, it also provides her enemy's shield effects. Knowing how to use the skill Frost Moon Shield to quickly transform the enemy's shields into her own is key when it comes to using Esmeralda. Team fight is on! Esmeralda is staying behind, waiting for a chance. Enemies are launching their attack. We lost an ally. However, they just used all their skills. Esmeralda seizes the chance, using her ultimate on the enemy backlines. She casts Frost Moon Shield to transform the shield of enemies into her own, while dealing a lot of damage to the enemies with Stardust Dance. After successfully killing the enemy, she distances herself from the enemy Johnson, who comes to support his team. Esmeralda continues to transform the shield of Johnson with Frost Moon Shield to keep herself alive. With the help of her passive, Esmeralda kills Johnson, who has strong shields. And that's our new hero, Esmeralda. Pick her up for 599 diamonds or 32,000 battle points, with a 30% diamond discount in her launch week. Want to know more strategies for Esmeralda? Stay tuned for the hero guide available upon her release. Until next time, we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Hi guys, it's great to see you again. The Mobile Legends team is bringing a new hero to the game this week. Let me introduce Granger, the Death Chanter. Granger is a demon hunter of the monastery. He loves to carry out solo missions. Enemies flee whenever they hear Granger's Death Sonata. First skill, Rhapsody. Granger fills his bullets and shoots them all forward, dealing physical damage to targets. Rhapsody is Granger's primary damage-dealing skill. The last bullet of the skill guarantees critical damage. So watch your aim to make sure the last bullet hits the target. Second skill, Rondo. Granger blinks in the chosen direction. For a few seconds, Granger's next two basic attacks deal extra damage. Each time Rhapsody hits an enemy hero, the CD of this skill will be reduced by 0.5 seconds. It's a great combo using the skill to change your position in battle, and using Rhapsody to deal high damage, as it highly increases the hit rate of Rhapsody and reduces the CD time of this skill. Ultimate Death Sonata. Granger transforms his violin into a super cannon and loads out all his super bullets. 2 super bullets will be fired each shot. Super Bullet ignores minions and can only hit enemy heroes. Upon hitting the first enemy hero, Super Bullet will explode. Enemies within the area take physical damage and will be slowed. After each shot, Granger can roll to another location. When Death Sonata ends, the CD of this skill will be reduced by 20% for each shot remaining. Regardless of whether you are in pursuit of an enemy or on the run, take good advantage of this skill to reposition in battle. Passive. Caprice. Granger can fill up to 6 bullets at a time, as 6 is his lucky number. Each 6th bullet deals critical damage. Granger gains less attack speed buffs from skills, passives, and equipment items. However, basic attacks deal more damage in general. The lucky effect of Granger's 6th bullet is not limited to his basic attacks, but also works with his first skill and ultimate. Make sure you hit the enemies with the 6th bullet to deal massive damage no matter what. And that's our new hero, Granger. Pick him up for 599 diamonds or 32,000 battle points with a 30% diamond discount during his launch week. Want to know more strategies for Granger? Stay tuned for the hero guide available upon his release. Until next time, we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Hero Spotlight. This week, a new hero, Faramis, the Alchemist, will join us in the Land of Dawn. Faramis is a support hero who possesses the game-changing ability of resurrection and powerful crowd control skills. Under any circumstance, whenever Faramis casts a spell of resurrection, allies can be resurrected indefinitely for a certain period of time. First skill, Shadow Stampede. Faramis enters the Shadow state, increasing his movement speed, as well as physical and magic defense. While in the Shadow state, Faramis leaves a shadow mark on enemy heroes he touches, inflicting magic damage in the process. When Faramis exits the Shadow state, all enemy heroes with the shadow mark will be pulled to Faramis and endure additional magic damage, while Faramis himself regenerates his own HP. Second skill, Ghost Bursters. Faramis summons a burst of evil spirits that attack all enemies within a fan-shaped area. This ghostly outburst inflicts magic damage to the first enemy's hit and then splits towards other nearby enemies, dealing additional magic damage. Keep in mind though, Ghost Bursts can only split up to 3 times if the initial target was an enemy hero, and up to 1 time for non-hero units. Ultimate, Cult Altar. Faramis summons a temporary altar that resurrects all eliminated allied heroes within a specified vicinity. Resurrected allies will have a limited amount of time to rejoin the battle before the effects of the altar fade. Passive, Vicious Retrieval. The souls of units who die near Faramis will linger on the map, allowing Faramis to collect their souls and replenish his HP. Not only that, but collecting souls also reduces Faramis' next respawn time. The team fight is on. Faramis initiates and pulls back 4 enemies. He casts Ghost Bursters and deals damage first. Faramis' HP is dangerously low, so he casts his ultimate to protect his teammates and himself with the help of Cult Altar. No matter who dies, Faramis' team can launch an aggressive attack against the enemy and take their base. And that's all for our new hero, Faramis. Want to know more strategies for Faramis? Stay tuned for the Hero Guide and Road to Mythic episode that will be published upon his release. Until next time, we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
For 10 years, the rage in my heart has never gone out. I will never forget the hatred of the Smith.
Give you a chance to release the depression.
Oh, revenge! The Imperial Knights will be destroyed by my hammer!
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
At the end of the long summer, Prince was born in the Manian Empire. The whole empire was overjoyed. The royal blood would be passed down. On the day of the prince's first birthday, mysterious and evil forces came to his bed. The prince disappeared that night. The Imperial Knights traveled all over the Land of Dawn, but found nothing. The king and queen were heartbroken. Sorrow engulfed the whole Manian Empire.
In addition to mortality, he inherited my valor.
The blood of the Empire is at my service. Dawn Plan is almost done.